Alright guys, welcome back to Make Your Belly Happy Barbecue. Today I'm going to work on some smoked home style meatloaf. This is my own recipe. I've always struggled with meatloaf. I get it either not consistent enough where it just kind of falls apart, or it's too hard and it just doesn't taste good. So I'm kind of coming up with my own recipe today, and I hope you like it. I did it a couple months ago and it turned out really good. I took some to the school and everybody loved it. It's doing this outside and cars are driving by. They're making a lot of noise, so I'll try and do this between cars driving by. I got the smoke rolling on the Weber Kettle. And we're going to get this thing going. I'm going to go inside and do some prep work while the smoke's going. And I'm going to get some, show you the ingredients, and we'll go from there. All right, let's go over those ingredients. We're going to start with 2 pounds of hamburger. And to that, I'm going to add a couple eggs. I'm going to add, I like the Italian breadcrumbs. You can use whatever bread. Mom used to use just loaves of bread or crackers, whatever you got. I think she had used whatever she had. If she had stale bread, she used stale bread. If she used crackers, because we had extra crackers, whatever. But I like using the breadcrumbs because I like that fine texture. And then I like these Kroger brand meatloaf packets. I don't make it to their direction. I just add these in for flavoring and seasoning. I like Ro-tel Chilies. We got a red pepper and an onion, sweet onion. And I like to add a little bit of Killer Hogs AP seasoning. That's got the salt, pepper, garlic. You can put as much or little as you want in there. And I like to finish it off with a little bit of Killer Hogs barbecue sauce mixed with a little bit of Killer Hogs vinegar sauce. And I'll use that to glaze it at the end. So let me get these vegetables cut up and we'll get to mixing. Because we need to make this belly happy, and I love meatloaf. Alright, let's trim up these onions and the red peppers, and then we'll be ready to mix this meatloaf up and put it in our pans. I'd like to give a shout out to my big brother Ron Starcher. He made this cutting board for me, and he sent it up for my birthday. It's pretty awesome. So we're going to use it in the video today. Remember, when we cut an onion up, you have the root end, you have the bloom end. Cut the bloom end tip off. Move it out of your way. Never cut this part if you're chopping up onions. So we're going to go ahead and cut down through the root end like so. Alright. And then it makes it easier to peel. I always wear gloves when I cut onions up because I don't like my hands to smell like onions. Well, I guess if you take a piece of stainless steel and when you're washing your hands and rub the onion oils will come off your skin and onto the piece of stainless steel, but I still think you can smell the onions on there. So it's easier just to wear gloves and then chuck the gloves in the trash. So I'll go ahead and peel this off here. Now, this is my favorite way to cut an onion up. You can get it as thick or as thin a piece as you want. What I do first, I slice into it like this way towards the root end. And I'm going to cut, usually if I'm only wanting bigger pieces, I only cut one, but I'm wanting these kind of be fine for my meatloaf. So I'm going to cut 2 slices, and then you cut, here's another one, it depends on how big, how many slices you cut, but cut towards the root end always, because the root end kind of holds it all together. And then you want to just cut, and you can make this as fine as you want. See them pieces? They're getting real fine. So you just keep cutting down. All right, and be careful with your knives, people. You know, We don't need to be going to the hospital and causing our doctors and nurses any more stress right now than they need, because they've got their hands full with all this beer virus, people. Hopefully this is all going to come to a conclusion. We can get all back to our regular and normal life. Alright, there's my onions, pretty nice and finely diced. I'm going to fill this up with some red peppers. So we got our 2 pounds of ground beef. I'm going to add 1 egg, two eggs. I'll mix that up. And then I'm going to add my breadcrumbs. The dogs are running off. Well, not the good dog, but Bronson stays right there and Spot runs off. Add my breadcrumbs and go ahead and mix. I'm going to add my Ro-tel Chilies, my red peppers, and my onions. Get that all mixed up. We're gonna add, I would just go a little on the AP rub, just get a little garlic and pepper and salt in there. And your meatloaf packets. And then we're going to give this a final mix and we'll get it ready for the pan. Alright, I got my 2 zone, I got my coals here, no coals over here, so we got your heat and you're going to be your smoke over here. So I'm going to put my hands over here away from the smoke, and I'm going to toss in the wood I'm using. I got a piece of cherry, peach, and apple. Ouch, that's hot. And I forgot my glove. So just toss those pieces in there and we'll get that smoker rolling. Go ahead and put this one in too. And then we're going to set that timer for about an hour and a half and come out and check temperatures. So got smoke rolling, make these bellies happy here in about 2 hours. All right, we got these done. They're looking really good. And so now I'm going to put a little bit of glaze on them and put them back on the smoker for a little bit. plated up. I fried me some bread. I got some cottage cheese and tomatoes, and I want to try this and see if my belly gets happy. So I got a little bit of that crust there, a little sauce. Oh Lord. I'm going to give this 2 thumbs up. And that smoky flavor, it's not a lot, not overpowering, but there's a little hint of smoke in it. The sauce got a little sweetness to it. The texture of the onions and the red peppers, on point. I love grilled bread too. If you like meatloaf, give this a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Coming out with new videos every week. As long as the coronavirus is keeping us all in lockdown, I got plenty of time. I'm hoping to be able to start talking with my students here and getting them finished out for the year. Until then, it's going to be cooking videos. If you have comments on like what you'd like to see next, give me those. And I'm going to start trying. The weather's pretty nice, so I'm going to try and start and do some outdoor barbecue cooking. So anything you'd like to learn how to cook, if you don't know, just give me a comment. I'll respond, and keep making those bellies happy. Bronson! Cut. Bronson! Come on, let's go, get a treat. They just so goofy. Come on.